Prime Minister Modi being in Raipur today, this is to mark the 25th anniversary of the formation of Chhattisgarh and inaugurate several major projects, including the new Legislative Assembly building, the Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Memorial and Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum, and a statue of former Prime Minister Atal Vihari Vajpayee in Nava Raipur. Prime Minister Modi began his visit, as you can see his visuals, by interacting with almost 2,500 children who have all undergone heart surgeries under the Gift of Life program at the Sri Sathya Sanjeevani Hospital. These are the visuals that we're bringing to you of his interaction with these kids. He's also inaugurated the Shanti Shikhar Spiritual Center of Brahma Kumaris. Prime Minister Modi has unveiled the statue of Atal Vihari Vajpayee and opened the state-of-the-art Chhattisgarh Legislative Assembly complex, built at a cost of around 324 crore rupee, which also features traditional Chhattisgarhi art and eco-friendly architecture. These are visuals of his interaction with the children who have undergone heart surgeries under the Gift of Life program at the Sri Sathya Sanjeevani Hospital that we're bringing to you. He will be inaugurating the Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Memorial and Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum, focusing on the valor and the patriotism of the tribal community. Remember, this visit is also to mark the Silver Jubilee celebrations of Chhattisgarh being formed, highlighting its progress and self-reliant spirit since being carved out as India's 26th state in the year 2000. With that, I will cut across to our colleague Sumi joining us on the broadcast, bringing us more details on this very visit of the Prime Minister. Sumi, a very good morning to you. Plenty that's lined up, that was rather lined up for the Prime Minister's visit in Raipur. It coincides, or rather marks, one would say, the Silver Jubilee celebrations of Chhattisgarh having been formed 25 years ago, and also the interaction with these children. Inaugural projects as well that's come to the highlight. Take us through all of it.
Yes, absolutely. Today is historic because Chhattisgarh's formation has completed its Silver Jubilee, and today the Silver Jubilee is being marked. The full-day program packed with landmark launches and foundation stones worth over 14,000 crore has been lined up. And in fact, at 10 a.m. sharp, in the new capital region of Nava Raipur, Atal Nagar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has already landed at the airport, and in fact, he's headed to Atal Nagar straight. And after that, he is right now, in fact, meeting 2,500 children who underwent life-saving heart surgeries under the Gift of Life initiative that is taken at Sri Sathya Sanjeevani Hospital. And after that, he'll go on to inaugurate the Shanti Shikhar Center of the Brahma Kumaris for spiritual learning. And after that, one of the historic, unveiling of the statue of former Prime Minister Atal Vihari Vajpayee, who played an instrumental role in the formation of Chhattisgarh. He will also inaugurate his statue as well as open the new green building of the Chhattisgarh Legislative Assembly. After that, 1:50 p.m., he is likely to visit the Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum, and he will there release an e-book also, which is called Adi Shaurya. And after that, the inauguration of projects across key sectors of roads, energy, industry, infrastructure, healthcare will take place, and he will also ensure the Grih Pravesh of 3.5 lakh people and the completed houses under the PM Awas Yojana. So you see, it's a 6-hour tour of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but it's going to be packed with power pack launches that are being marked. And in fact, from 10 to 4 p.m., they are consistently being done. So that is what is happening right now in Chhattisgarh.
Right, Sumi, you've mentioned very rightly that Atal Vihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister at that time in 2000 who approved the very formation of Chhattisgarh as the 26th state of India. And that is why we also see his statue being unveiled in Raipur at this given point on this very occasion, the Silver Jubilee celebrations of the formation of this state. Take us through some more details about the statue that's being unveiled and the program and the festivities around it that the Prime Minister shall be attending.
Yes, absolutely. As I said, Atal Vihari Vajpayee was the visionary. And in fact, he took the decision of carving out Chhattisgarh out of Madhya Pradesh back in 2000. So his role cannot be replicated. And in fact, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he did an experiment, and in fact his vision was all about the federal precision, and he's the one who has validated the state's group, the state's GDP, and in fact it has multiplied several times. So it was his vision, his entire forte that has now come to life in Chhattisgarh, and which is why unveiling his stone is only, validating this testimony, validating the testimony of his growth, of his vision in Chhattisgarh. And his statue will be inaugurated here at Chhattisgarh Vidhan Sabha. And this Vidhan Sabha in itself is an enthralling property that is now being unveiled at Nava Raipur. This is newly constructed, and in fact it reminds of the parliament that's housed in Delhi. It's very close to the parliament house in Delhi, and it's beautiful, and which is why it's a perfect occasion for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit. And in fact, he'll be the one who will be inaugurating this particular beautiful Vidhan Sabha today here at Chhattisgarh.
Sumi, when we speak of developmental projects, over 14,000 crore rupees is what we're looking at in terms of the projects that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister today. Could you just take us through what all do these very projects entail at this given point? What all are we looking at in terms of the inauguration?
Absolutely. After he completes his visit to the Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Memorial and Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum, he will be releasing a book, Adi Shaurya, and also he will be unveiling the house-mounted statue of the martyr as well. And in fact, around 2:30, he will lay the foundation stones and projects across the key sectors, as I said, in roads, infrastructure, energy, industry, healthcare, everything, totaling over 14,000 crores. And in fact, the highlight here being is the 14,000 crore amounts to various properties, various structures that are now coming to the fore, including the 3,150 crore four-lane greenfield highway from Pathalgaon, from North Chhattisgarh's Pathalgaon, Kunkuri, under the Bharat Mala scheme. Remember, the Bharat Mala scheme is a prestigious project of the central government, and in fact, under which this particular stretch from Pathalgaon to Kunkuri will be inaugurated by him, which is worth 3,000 crores. And in fact, apart from that, 100 crore petroleum depot in Raipur will also be inaugurated. And apart from that, major power grid upgrades will also be done. He will also inaugurate 12 new SVEP, that is the Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program, blocks in 9 districts. And as I said earlier, as I mentioned, that he will also preside over and monitor the Grih Pravesh of 3.51 lakh completed house under the PM Awas Yojana. And he will also release the 1,200 crore under the PMAY Gramin for rural homes. And remember, the PM Awas Yojana is one of the prestigious schemes of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he's been making sure, and Chhattisgarh is also marking a very valuable milestone in being one of the states ahead in this particular flagship scheme of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because here almost lakhs and lakhs of houses are already completed and handed over to the recipients and to the beneficiaries. So it is going to be historic, the Rajat Jayanti of Chhattisgarh, and how Chhattisgarh has progressed over the last 25 years after the contribution of various chief ministers in the past. But yes, major contribution has been done by the Bharatiya Janata Party, because in 25 years of the Chhattisgarh formation, 17 years the BJP has contributed to the progress and the development of this particular state.
Absolutely. Sumi, as you speak, we're getting visuals from there. The cavalcade moving in Raipur, as Sumi has consistently been telling us, it's a jam-packed day for the Prime Minister as he's visiting Raipur. Plenty that's to be done, that's to be inaugurated, to be more specific. He's already met over 2,000 children, roughly around 2,500 children who underwent heart surgeries under the Gift of Life program at the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital. Heartwarming moments that we saw, and people have lined up since morning on these very roads where the Prime Minister's cavalcade is passing through. In Raipur, chants of Modi can be heard as the cavalcade moves past them. People cheering for the Prime Minister as he attends the Silver Jubilee celebration of this 26th state of India, having been formed all those years back in 2000. It's a very special day for the people of Chhattisgarh as well, as they celebrate their state, their culture, the progress they've made for so many years, for 25
आप
years
देख
now.
सकते हैं इन तस्वीरों में नवा रायपुर की ये तस्वीरें किस तरीके से
Sumi, coming back to you, I would just want to quickly, while we are showing the shots of the cavalcade moving forward to the next destination for the Prime Minister, I would also quickly want to go back to the heartwarming visuals we were getting of the Prime Minister interacting with those children. You know, they're all children who've gone through heart surgeries at a very tender age. And it's under the program of the Gift of Life. And yes, I mean, you can see them all having that renewed hope, the renewed life that they've been given post these surgeries. And this interaction, I'm sure, means a lot to them as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's a unique initiative that is being taken forward at Sri Sathya Sai Hospital, where they treat all these people from various walks of life who suffer from heart ailments free of cost. And in fact, in this journey of Sri Sathya Sai Hospital, Sanjeevani Hospital, they have in true sense provided Sanjeevani to all the people who've been suffering from heart ailments without any options. Remember, heart ailments are very expensive, and which is why a lot of people do not even get diagnosed and eventually lose their lives. But this particular hospital have made the lives of so many people easy. And in fact, which is why we are seeing Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, which is packed with back-to-back programs. But he's making sure that he executes his Dil Ki Baat with all the children who have undergone the heart surgeries under the initiative of Gift of Life. It is truly a gift of life that this particular hospital is giving everywhere in the country, but particularly this is the second hospital in the country of Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital, and they also give their services there at Ayodhya, where they treat the pilgrimages free of cost whoever visits the place of Ayodhya, the religious place of Ayodhya. And in fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit is very warm today, and the kind of reception he is getting from everywhere is certainly a picture to remember, because the children he is taking with, they're elated with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, and they have already undergone surgeries, but the kind of experiences that they have had, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is certainly very keen on listening them and giving an ear to all those heartwarming stories that they have to share.
Absolutely, Sumi. And one can only imagine the ordeal that these kids must have gone through, what they had to bear and endure, and now they have indeed been given the gift of life, as the program is called. And the Prime Minister has come and met over 2,000 children, roughly around 2,500 children at the Sri Sathya Academy. And this was his first stop in Raipur, as he is on a full-day tour through the entire city, inaugurating several developmental projects worth around over 14,000 crore rupee, in fact. And post that, we'll also be seeing a statue of Atal Vihari Vajpayee being unveiled by the Prime Minister. Remember, he was the Prime Minister, Atal Vihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister of the country when he had given an approval, and he in fact was quite monumental in the formation of the 26th state of India back in the year 2000. And as you can see, visuals of the Prime Minister coming in and the cavalcade also moving ahead to their next destination. And we're bringing to you details and updates of all the projects that have been lined up for the Prime Minister to inaugurate in the city today. Again, if we speak of some of them, the Shanti Shikhar Spiritual Center of Brahma Kumaris is to be inaugurated. The Atal Vihari Vajpayee statue that we are speaking of, it will also be, Prime Minister Modi will also be unveiling alongside this statue a state-of-the-art Chhattisgarh Legislative Assembly complex built at a cost of around 324 crore rupees. And this will be featuring traditional Chhattisgarhi art, eco-friendly architecture. He will also be inaugurating the Shaheed Veer Narayan Singh Memorial and Tribal Freedom Fighters Museum, focusing on the valor and the patriotism of the tribal communities. And a lot that will be seen in terms of developmental projects has to do with enhancing connectivity, as he will be laying the foundation stone for the 4-lane Greenfield Highway from Pathalgaon to Kunkuri to the Chhattisgarh-Jharkhand border. And this will be developed under the Bharatmala Pariyojana by the National Highways Authority of India, around a cost of 3,150 crore rupees has been allocated for this project. The strategic corridor that will be connecting key coal mines, industrial zones, steel plants across Korba, Raigarh, Jashpur, Ranchi, Jamshedpur, serving as major economic artery that strengthens regional trade linkages and integrates central India with the eastern region. Now, this is one part of the developmental projects that will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. On the other side, we have the Prime Minister laying the foundation stone for the construction and upgradation of the National Highway 130D. This is the Narayanpur, Kastur Mehta, Kutul, Nilangur, Maharashtra border, spanning multiple segments across Bastar and Narayanpur districts. So all of these developmental projects that we see are to boost Vikas, development that we speak of in Chhattisgarh. And given that the state is celebrating its statehood today, 25 years of it, these developmental projects come in as quite a key addition in terms of their path of progress that lies ahead. Now, the Prime Minister shall also in the power sector be inaugurating the Inter-Regional ERWR Interconnection Project, which will enhance the inter-regional power transfer capacity between the eastern and the western grids by around 1,600 megawatts, improving grid reliability and ensuring a stable power supply across the region. These are just some of the projects, viewers, that we're bringing to you. And Sumi continues to be with us at this point on the broadcast. Sumi, as we have been discussing, and I was just enumerating a few more projects that the Prime Minister shall be inaugurating today. It's a crucial time that we see. It's a mega boost in connectivity in the power sector, industry that we see that will be made by the Prime Minister by unveiling these very projects today for Chhattisgarh. That's the roadmap ahead for the next 25 years of what Chhattisgarh shall look like.
Yes, absolutely. And we have to give credit to the Bharatiya Janata Party's unjod vision as well. The kind of vision that they have for Chhattisgarh is also enduring and also quite visionary. In fact, Vishnu Sai, he is the futurist visionary here. And in fact, he is now drawing the next skyline under Chhattisgarh's unjod vision at 2047. What Chhattisgarh will look like at 2047. So the Chhattisgarh government has already shared a blueprint of what the state will look like after 25 years as well. So the BJP is quite ahead in its vision. And in fact, the state government is working towards fulfilling that particular dream of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And in fact, as you see, Chhattisgarh has always been very mineral resource rich, but now it is moving towards the new capital of progress. It has also housed the first AI data center and the advanced semiconductor park also. It has a Medi-City coming up and turning the state. It will definitely turn the state into a source of crucible clean energy and digital energy.
Very true, Sumi. Thank you for, in fact, bringing us all the details. We will be tracking the Prime Minister's movements through the day in terms of what will he be inaugurating from time to time. Jam-packed schedule that we were bringing to you viewers. And as the Prime Minister is in Raipur today for the Silver Jubilee celebration of Chhattisgarh statehood that it had attained in the year 2000.